Good morning. Mr. Parmesa, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Financial Services and Good Governance. Mr. Tako, Chief Executive of the Financial Services Commission. Mr. Benito, from Wakanda 4.0. Friends, everybody, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here, and I would like to thank Wakanda 4.0 for putting together this wonderful event. I've just scrapped my speech because most of it has been said already. So what I'll be sharing with you, part of the message that I want to share with you today. I think it's very timely to have this event here in Mauritius today, because we're all talking about VITUS that came into effect last year, February. And we've seen how the world has been volatile in the past few years since COVID. We've seen development of Fintech and technology online, AI, has gone up, in a way that we can't even imagine. Today, people are using ChatGPT and coming with you arguments that you couldn't even fathom a few, months ago. So now you don't have to fight the best brains only, you have to fight the AI as well when you're trying to have your arguments. So the world is changing so fast with so much volatility. And we need stability. We need to mitigate our risk. And I believe this is where the Mauritian jurisdiction is positioning itself. You've been hearing from everybody, when it comes to the Financial Action Task Force, for that matter, we out of the gray list. And in record time, by the way, we did that in 18 months by setting up the right procedures, processes, the dynamicity of the Mauritian jurisdiction, with the government working together with all the institutions and the private sector working hands in hands to make sure that we got out of that gray list in record times, in 18 months. And that is something really meaningful, that today institutions, global institutions, are coming to us and asking us to guide other countries. More recently, South Africa has been gray listed, as you know, and they have officially asked Mauritius for the support in getting out of the gray list. So from being from being gray listed in 2020, we're now the expert, and we're now guiding other jurisdictions on how to get out of the FATF gray list. But more than that, I think the Permanent Secretary will talk about that. We've gone one step beyond that. We scored 40 out of 40 in all the requirements of the FATF, which for this, the purpose of this event today, including requirement 15, which is on meeting AML/CFT issues on virtual asset service providers. So all in all, what is important, what message is important here? We've seen what has happened in the US with the Silicon Valley Bank, with Signature Bank, and so on. And more recently, the First Republic Bank taken over by JP Morgan and so on. So we can see that there is a loss of trust, and the fundamentals in the West are a little bit crumbling. And we have investors are looking for new avenues of investment. And a lot of people are saying that Africa maybe is the last, in the new frontier of investment, where you can have high return on investment as well. So I think that bodes well for Mauritius, because we're well positioned. We're next to a continent that has 1.4 billion people, the fastest growing demography in the world. We know 4 out of the 10 countries that are more advanced in adopting cryptocurrencies are in Africa, namely Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, and Nigeria, I believe. These 4 countries in the top 20, in terms of adopting cryptocurrency. And Mauritius, offering that regulatory framework, along with a jurisdiction that is mitigating your risk when it comes to ease of doing business, first in Africa, 13th in the world. Good governance, we've been top in Africa for the past 10 years. Democracy index, we're 6th in the world. Tax effectiveness, we're 5th in the world. Tax competitiveness, we're 6th in the world. Best place to work from home during COVID by Kayak, we're in the top 10 in the world as well. So if you put all that together, Mauritius is that jurisdiction where you can really, really set base and develop your new product, your new technological product for the region, along with VITUS, along with that regulatory framework that is here to support you, and with the capital market that we have through the Mauritius International Financial Center. So it gives you the accessibility to finance, developing your product, and having this major market next door, which is Africa, where the market penetration for banking services is only 35%. The market penetration for insurance services is only 3.65%. You imagine the opportunity that is ahead of us. Fast-growing demography in Africa, a continent with 30% of the global minerals reserves, was very rich in terms of commodity. So really, we can't fathom the future in terms of what we can achieve together in this part of the world, with Mauritius spearheading the development with that jurisdiction that will be mitigating your risk and give you the platform to develop your products. So I guess, I changed my speech a little bit just to accommodate, the message that I wanted to say, because everybody will be talking about Vitus, everybody will be talking about the different licenses. My colleague will be talking about chain analysis probably to show how we are putting together measures to make sure that we protect the jurisdiction going forward. So we have the product, we're moving forward, we're moving into a cashless and paperless society. So certainly crypto money is here to stay. Bank of Mauritius is talking about digital rupee. That's supposedly, we will see some shape of that by the end of this year. So it bodes well for what we're doing. And Benito, I think it's very timely to host this event here. And from EDB, really, really delighted to hear and support you for this initiatives, and we're looking forward to collaborate further together. And I will take this opportunity to also invite you to book your date, 2nd and 3rd of October, to come back to Mauritius and experience the sun even better, because we're moving in winter. We'll be moving into summer in October for the Africa Partnership Conference, which is the flagship event by the EDB regarding investment, structuring investment to the African continent. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and I wish you a great day with deliberating here. Thank you.